This is it, everyone. Our final episode of round 3.
That's my plan, and I hope you guys are happy with that.
They seem to think that you should be the dead one.
Dr. Bloodspark is gonna fix you right up. And what seems to be the problem?
Yeah, wherever it says the DM can get you to roll on the table, it's will.
Consciousness returns to you all as the dim blue light of the contestant circle rouses you from your fitful rest. As your eyes adjust and you look around, you can see now that you are one of 18 contestants that remains in Crucible of Fate. And you can see that each of your fellow competitors, the look on their faces, even in this containment, has shifted from, for some, what might be described as youthful, perhaps naive or innocent, to now a little more weathered. People who've been through the chaos that the Crucible has brought. You can also see that many of them are wearing powerful magical items, if not artifacts, that have helped them through their more recent episodes. You can't help but wonder if this is the last time that you will appear and whether you will survive into the next round. As you adjust once again to the setting around you, you hear the footfalls of Therangul approaching, as well as Dregs. You see him enter into the center of the contestant circle, looking up at all of you. Not much of an expression on his face. This is it, everyone. Our final episode of round 3. Truly, we are getting down to it. I can feel something special is going to happen tonight. And if my counting is right, I know who is going to appear before us. And lines have certainly been drawn in the sand. Although I am absolutely giddy for what is coming next over the following 2 rounds. I don't want to get ahead of myself. There's still work to do. There's still souls to claim. So Dregs, let's find out who those souls may be. And you see Dregs step forward, pulling a scroll out from within the cloak, as he too looks up at the contestant circle. When I call out your names, know that this is a critical time here in the Crucible. There is much at stake. Get with it, Dregs. No one cares about your opinion here. The first contestant in episode 5. Daristrix Chrysalis. And Max, we welcome you back to the show. If you could just really quickly introduce yourself to the Eyes of Truth, to your fellow contestants, and then if you could describe Daristrix, please, and anything that he has to say to those that are watching.
So I'm Max, playing out of Minnesota. Today I'll be playing Daristrix Chrysalis. He topaz colored dragonborn. Pretty humble, ordinary looking for, or as much as a dragonborn can be. He begrudgingly gets up, picks up his quarterstaff. He kind of uses it as a walking stick. And he looks to the eyes and then turns away.
A creature of few words, I say. A creature of action, and if memory serves me right, your actions at the end kept you alive, but I don't think any of your soulbound team survived. I think you are still feeling some of those effects, if I'm not mistaken. I like this in you, this purpose, this willingness and hunger to survive. But you can't do it all on your own. So let's see what lessons you've learned here. Good luck to you, Derstrix. General BLUDBLUD. And James, we welcome you back to the show. Always great to have you here and what you're bringing to the Crucible. So if you could please introduce yourself and the infamous General BLUDBLUD, please.
So General BLUDBLUD lands on the floor of the Fate's Hand Tavern with a heavy thud, as is his wont. He looks pretty well as he always has, except for the fact that there's now an A gate stuck to his armor, and he's wearing the tricorn hat of Matthias Crow, bloodstains and all. And he actually comes straight up to Thurmgall with a thud, 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 takes a knee, and actually holds his hands up and says, "I have a gift for you, Thurmgall." And he holds forth Matthias Crow's diary.
Oh, General, thank you so much for this. I just finished my last book, and I was wondering what I was going to read next, and you've answered my prayers once again.
And it is unopened.
I cannot express my gratitude yet, but I plan on being able to very soon. Thank you. That's what I will say for now.
I am yours to command. And he stands and returns to his spot.
Good luck to you, General. Let us continue to see your strategies to guide you through, and I know you too have picked up some allies, one of which I believe will be here with you tonight. Sadly, others have fallen. And he just kind of bows his head for a moment. Tridex, Ellison. I'm still recovering from the loss. I hope I don't lose you too, General. I've got a lot wagered on you.
Death is never the final act.
This is true.
Especially down here.
I'm sure we will find a use for you one way or the other, but I would prefer it if you were standing in front of my armies, leading the way.
Me too.
KOHO. And we welcome Joseph back to the show. Joseph, if you could please introduce yourself and KOHO.
Everyone, I'm Joseph from Ireland, back again. KOHO is drenched from his underwater adventure from the last time he was here. I think he's trembling and just like surprised that he got it this far. Just like, it's nice to see you guys again. Oh, yeah. I think he's just a bunch of nerves at the moment. I don't think he's, I think the further this thing goes, the less confident KOHO is getting every round.
KOHO, I know it's been quite a journey for you, but please have faith in the abilities that brought you to this point. You were very clever in the last appearance here. I'm gonna need to see some resilience and confidence in you if you're going to make it any further. And you know, it's in these
difficult experiences that one gains resilience. You're being forged in the fires, as you will. Good luck to you.
I will take that to heart. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
My pleasure. And I mean that. Matt. And we welcome Paul back. And once again, thank you, Paul, for all of your hard work behind the scenes. Our, I would say unofficial, but I think it's quite official on the server now. Not only are you on the rules committee, but you are our main statistician, and many of the players cling to the truth that is your master spreadsheet that keeps everything in order. So thank you so much for all of the work that you put in behind the scenes. It's very much appreciated. So if you could introduce yourself and Matt, please.
Yeah, happy to help. Thanks, Dave. I'm Paul from Australia, living in the great state of Queensland. Enjoy D&D quite a lot. And what you see Matt coming out of stasis is this bald-headed, slightly pudgy white man, I guess, with a beard, who's just like in these khaki overalls, which look a bit stained and worn out from all the adventures they've had so far. And as he lands, he looks around, cracks his head and goes, "Oh, Tavern, it's good to get out of that again. It's been enjoying this, free vacation in the thing there. Now that I know that you're the Great Deceiver, it makes a lot more sense that you got my free services for, without paying me. What's your tax code system down here? I was wondering about starting a business. Thoughts, feelings?"
It's really more of an extortion code, It's taking advantage of the fear you generate in others and the promises that you can either deliver upon or blatantly lie about. You'll find your way.
Oh, so like every other tax system, that sounds great. I'm down for that.
Good luck.
As he turns around, and he speaks in Draconic to anyone who can understand Draconic. And he's like, "Oi, Veronica, get down here. It's time to start." And you see this small dragon just uncurl itself from being at the foot of where I was in stasis and just like prattle on down. And you can see she's in a fiery form as per normal. He's like, "All right, well, time to get this show on the road, I guess."
Well, I have been an admirer of your work thus far, Matt. You've certainly taken care of some problems here around the Fate's Hand Tavern. Spoiler alert, we're gonna need to do some extermination of the sentient humanoid variety here in the future. So I hope you're honing your skills, adapting them, getting ready for perhaps moving on from rodents into...
Well, I do like to say that my results speak for themselves. Every monster I've faced has died, whether it's been at my hands or someone else's hands later on. It's been dead.
This is true. Let us hope this trend continues. Good luck to you, Matt. Sparky Whittleshins. And the Crucible welcomes back Nick. And Nick, if you could introduce yourself and, of course, Sparky Whittleshins.
Sure. Sparky has changed. You'll notice that the former child-like creature who had suffered all of this time has now turned. He's pulled back his hair, shaved it up, and become different. As you might know, Sparky was a clever lad, an eager imagination, very whimsical, and he was kept captive for a very long time through painful and dangerous experiments, making himself kind of an experiment, also an assistant for a lab. But the Crucible has changed him, and he's no longer the sweet, eager child that his mother lost many years ago. For now, he has made a blood pact with General BLUDBLUD to become Blood Spark.
I like it.
And he looks up to Theron Ghoul like, "I'm a minion now!"
That's...
And he kind of looks over at Drags, kind of like game gets game, kind of, and then looks kind of adoringly at BLUDBLUD. We're gonna kill some monsters, right?
I sure hope so, Sparky. It's good to see that you've, can I use the word matured a bit?
Sure, I'm mature now.
Don't get me wrong, I appreciated every one of your little tricks. It gave me confidence that you would have many tools in your arsenal should you survive and end up being a minion of mine. But I would also like to see your capability of destruction and mayhem and getting the job done, if you know what I mean.
He holds a little knife and just sort of like fiddles it about and digs it into his teeth.
There we go. Good luck to you, Sparky. Blood Spark, I apologize. It'll take me a moment, you know. Got a lot of things and people to remember, but I'll do my best. And finally, water talking. And we welcome Mirror back to the show. Always exciting to have Mirror here to see what water talking is going to do. So Mirror, if you could introduce yourself and, of course, water talking.
Great. So, the beautiful half-orc, half-fae waitress floats in. Her eyes are a mix of gold and black, like there's a war between order and chaos happening inside her. And as she's called out of stasis, she seems to already be in mid-conversation. Yes, of course we have to kill the monster, Lizzie. That's what we're... Well, no. I'm just trying to make the best choices for everyone in a really terrible... Everyone calm down, okay? Listen, it's not about strength. It's not about skill or mystical or martial might. This is not a gladiator arena. The thing, when you put people like this through all these obstacles, you don't get the strongest, you don't get the smartest. You get the person with the most destiny. The truth is right there in front of you. It's on the sign. He said forged. It's a crucible of fate. And if I had to choose a general to do something really impossible, I wouldn't want the one with the military. I'd want all the fate I could muster. Now, can I get you started with some drinks? We have a special tonight on wings. They're half off, and the sauce is...
Well said, water talking, and whoever else is in there with you. Or maybe you're a collective, I don't know. But I do know that every time you have appeared here in the Crucible, you have brought wonderful chaos, and I'm sure you're planning on more here. But there's something I do still need from you, and that's to get it done. Well, similar to what I said to Bloodspark, I've thoroughly enjoyed everything. The mischief, the unpredictability. These are great tools, but you still must have focus. So, I will be keeping a close eye on you, Water.
Lucky you.
Hey, you're not hard on the eyes, and now that Ragnall has brought alcohol back to the tavern, I mean, I wouldn't touch the wings. From what I hear, abyssal chicken is not very delicious. But alcohol, please do help yourselves. Just take it easy. You've got an important evening ahead of you. But with this revelry talk, I now want to leave the six of you to a bit of a discussion. So for the next 5 minutes, you are on your own to discuss what you will, express what you will, to whomever you want, whether it's me, the Eyes of Truth, or one another. And this, in a way, is a gift from me to you, a bit of free interaction without the cost of an intermission action. So the next 5 minutes are yours, and it begins now.
Thud, thud, thud. General BLUDBLUD's still shod wooden leg on the floor of the Phaeton Tavern as he circles the gathered contestants.
He's the boss. You're gonna get it if you don't follow his rule, everybody. He's the boss.
I just want to make one simple point to all of you. It matters not who wins here today. If the treasure of the hunter remains unclaimed, you may survive this round, yes, but when you come up against the likes of Sir Dylan Dornblaze and his dragon's hoard worth of wealth, you might as well be going into any fight with him naked and unarmed. He will squash you like a bug. The general stares down the other contestants with a growl. Oh, and water talking, I sense a great destiny in you, young lady. My axe will not interfere with that destiny. Thud, 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 the general circles as if daring any of the others to speak.
I'll have some wings, thanks.
Yeah, sure. I'll get those right up. But yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about with the monster killing and whatnot. I was thinking I have a particular way of maybe lowering resistance to magic on whatever baddie we're facing if others want to focus on taking advantage of that, while those of you who are more ferocious close up can benefit from my assistance.
Water talking, I feel like you told me the same thing last time we met, and then that did not end up working out.
Yeah, because what happened? Half the party decided to turn on each other instead of facing the monster. So you're not gonna play with the team, then you're gonna eat the pie.
If you're not gonna,
I'm so glad you have a change of heart now. Water talking.
if you're not gonna be kill buddies with us, then you're gonna get killed. You get it? Take out the monster.
Bloodspark gets it. We take out the monster first. You don't turn on each other at the beginning. If you do that, then, you know. But ultimately, I think I did everyone a favor by releasing the monster, to be honest, and I really have a hard time understanding why people have a hard time seeing that.
God,
I don't have
2020. That must be it.
I'm on board with taking out the monster. I think might be good. Cause a little mayhem, if you will.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I can get on board with that.
BLUDBLUD goes and pours himself a beer now that he's got access to it. Takes a big long draft.
Sparky looks up as though, is it okay for me to drink beer? And he grabs one.
There's two gods sort of fighting over me, is what I've been led to believe by the cults that have been hunting me all my life. And I feel obligated to, in the spirit of camaraderie, ask if anyone here is particularly aligned with anyone in particular, just in case my stuff is going to interact with your stuff.
My only alliance is to Theramgul. He is my god now.
And by transitive association, me too.
Great.
No big allegiance.
I'm sensing a lull in the social energy here. You still have 1 minute left. I don't want to deny you of it, but if you'd rather move on, we can do that. Any final words from anyone?
Why are you all here? What are we doing? Why do you care? That's what I want to know.
It says it on my back. I'm here to remove pests. So you guys have all been speaking my language this whole time. So what else is there to do?
I'm here by merely fate.
I've got 5 answers, and only one of them's true. So.
Oh, I love that game.
Oh, this would be a very interesting contest, and now I feel like I've made many bad decisions to lead me here. So.
I reckon it's hammer time.
But you use a battle axe. You don't use a hammer.
All right,
You can
then.
still bang a nail in with an axe.
Well, that is the end of your 5 minutes, everyone. So, before we get into your individual intermission actions, I would like to reveal to you the items available in our gift shop. And as he says the words gift shop, you see him float backwards relatively quickly, turning to face you all as the display cases rise up out of the shadows beneath him. And you see in Tier 1, an agate of defense, this being a polished red stone and can be affixed to any mundane item. It provides a +1 to armor class if the item is worn or carried. And the second item in Tier 1 is a Horn of Blasting. So you can use an action to speak the horn's command word and blow the horn, which emits a thunderous blast in a 30-foot cone that is audible 600 feet away. Each creature in the cone must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, and on a failed save, each creature within the AoE takes 5d6 thunder damage and is deafened for 1 minute. There's a little bit more there that you guys can look up at your leisure. In Tier 2, we have an Amethyst of Enchantment, and this will provide a +2 to attack and damage rolls for any item which can be used to generate an attack roll. So any weapon, any holy symbol or arcane focus, it provides a +2 to attack and damage. The second item in Tier 2 is a Ring of Resistance. The resistance is predetermined and very relevant to the game here tonight, but that would be revealed at the time of purchase. And the first item in Tier 3 is an Ion Stone of Mastery. So this Ion Stone adds +1 to your proficiency bonus, thereby improving any of the rolls that use your proficiency. And finally, the second item in Tier 3 is a Mace of Terror. So this mace, and this can be any weapon, not necessarily a mace, but it follows all of the characteristics of the Mace of Terror. So you have 3 charges. You can use an action to expend a charge to emit a wave of terror. This is a 30-foot radius extending out from you. It invokes a DC 15 Wisdom save, or those who fail are frightened of you. They must then dash away and can't move to a space within 30 feet of you. They do get to redo the save at the end of the turn. I believe there's a couple of more details with the Mace of Terror, so if you want to look that up, please do. All right, everyone, those are your items from the gift shop. I trust that you will find them useful within our games here this evening. And now that we've gotten all of our logistics out of the way, it's time to get to the business part of our adventures here together this evening. Now, we are going to do our initiative order. And out of character, of course, you can use your perception skill check, an intelligence ability check, or the traditional dexterity-based initiative check. Whichever one of those you feel will best suit you. We'll roll in order of your appearance from top left to bottom right. Darestrix. 3, any changes to that?
Nope.
Okay. General. 11, final answer?
Yep.
KOHO. 22. Matt. 23. Bloodspark. 21. And Water Talking. 22 as well. KOHO, what was your modifier?
8.
Okay, keep in mind there are some bonuses for being the first person to visit some of our intermission action options. All right, everyone. This can take a bit of time, but anything worthwhile is worth waiting for. So please do relax, make yourselves at home, and I will call upon you when it is your turn. We will begin with Matt. We'll see you all shortly. Greetings, Matt. Lovely to see you once again. What would you like to do for your first intermission action?
Oh, it's always great to see you, Tharamgul. I mean, I don't hold anything against you for, the way you deceive, particularly now we know more about your backstory and your back history and all that blah, blah, blah stuff, whatever. Look, I think
it's in our nature.
I'm not that scared of the monsters, so I don't think I need to go there. Don't need to go see the monster stuff and see the archivist. That guy creeps me out a bit. Nice guy, but you know what? I would like to parlay. I think that's the best thing for me.
All right. Well, clearly you were the first person. So, are we looking for a group of 3 here, or are you talking to 2 individuals?
Let's group of 3 it. Let's just get some people in, have a chat, have a round table discussion. Really see where the snags lay in the fire and what kind of things we're doing. So, I'd like to. You might not be very happy with this, but I'd like to talk to Water, and I'd like to talk to KOHO.
Water and KOHO. Okay, an interesting threesome. Greetings, Water. You have been summoned to a threesome, brought together by Matt. Tell me, do you accept or refuse this offer?
I accept.
Excellent. Then I turn to you, KOHO. The same invitation is being extended to you. Do you accept or refuse it?
Seems like a very interesting threesome. I'll accept.
Very well. In that case, Matt, you have 3 minutes, and it begins now.
My safe word is zucchini.
Yes, well, yeah, unfortunately we don't have the time. It takes a long time to undress, and, we don't have the time about that right now. So I think we best get down to business, and then we can, see where things go after this. I'm very interested in the 2 of you. I think, I'd like to know where your alliances lie and whether you're actually tempted by BLUDBLUD as a man of frightening and all that stuff. So I want to know if you guys are actually tempted by that, or if you'd like to have a counter offer and see if you would like to be the 3 to go through in this at the end of this.
I don't currently have any bonds to BLUDBLUD or to anyone, and I would be interested in forming some sort of alliance.
I'm suspicious of anyone who comes up and tells me I have a destiny, because people have been kidnapping me since I was 16 with that line. So, however, I am, amicable and friendly towards most people, especially those who say they're not going to attack me. So I got that going for me there.
That's always a good thing when someone says that. Yeah.
But if you 3 want to be in it to win it, I'm in it with you until fate forces any of us in another direction.
So my thoughts, I'm more than happy. I'm not going to take the door. 100% not going to take the door or anything. I'm more than happy for you to try and take the door once the monster's dead, or even before if you want to try that as well. Noting that that's how you both survived last time. It's perfectly fine. I am down to rumble with the BLUDBLUD himself. Obviously, trying to keep it amicable until then that happens, and until it, see how things go. But that's my thoughts, my theories, and all that kind of stuff.
I would be interested in staying until the creature is at least dealt with, and then seeing how things play out.
Yeah, I don't want to leave till the monster's down.
And then if the monster's down and there's a way for the 3 of us to remain, I would prefer that.
Yeah, well, I think best case scenario, I think everyone's on board with that. All 6 of us are on board with removing the monster, because BLUDBLUD spoke a little bit of sense about saying that we need to really carry forward things against Sedalon and stuff, no matter what your views are on him. But yeah, so that's the plan, and I will not. I'll say this right now, and I will not attack you guys. I will be going the monster until then. I may pop some smoke halfway through, depending on what's going on. I know, KOHO, you've done that before, and all that stuff. But yeah, that's my plan, and I hope you guys are happy with that.
And that is a great moment for me to jump in. That is 3 minutes. I hope that you were able...
Dave, before, I was wondering if I could do an insight check on both of them before we leave.
Sure. Yep, we'll allow that. Just give me a sec to bring up the game log. So before I allow the insight check, if both Water and KOHO, if you are being deceptive, let the refs know. And either way, I'm going to get you both to roll a d20, just, and then you let them know based on that roll, if you're being deceptive, what your total is. Okay? But we'll start with the insight roll.
You want 2 insight rolls or just the one for both?
One each. So the first one we'll just say is for Water.
Okay, I'm just going to furiously type here, but I just thought of an idea that I really want to get down for a novel I'm working on.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so second roll, we've captured that, 25 and a 21. Water, if you could just roll just a d20, please.
I don't need to.
Would they need to hide it from the rest of people so that other people who aren't in this chat don't see what's happening?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to set the roll to...
DM only?
DM only, yeah.
Oh, I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, Water,
if you want me to go through the act of doing that to make sure that Matt's doubtful of whatever I'm doing, then I'll do that, but I don't need to. Okay,
yeah, I still need it just mechanically to try to keep things sort of covert.
I might be picking up crazy instead of
Yeah.
That's fair. Absolutely fair.
So we'll take it as a 1. Good enough. So let the refs know if you were being deceptive or not, and I'll leave it to the refs to sort that out. If there's any questions, Todd, just message me directly and we'll work through it together. Okay? So that's the end of this intermission action. Thank you all very much. It's now KOHO's turn, so I'll just remove the other 2. Greetings, KOHO. It is your turn for your first intermission action. What would you like to do?
Thank you for having me. I would love to go to the gift shop.
Oh, no problem. Please follow me. And as Tharamgul takes a step back, the display cases appear before you. Can I interest you in one of our tiered items here? Very powerful, very game-changing.
I can be tempted. I would like to take the mace, or if it can be a quarterstaff of terror.
Oh, of course. It takes whatever form you wish at time of purchase. I'm gleeful that you are taking such a magnificent item, but are you taking this permanently or temporarily?
I'm going to take it permanently. I think it's time that I need to invest in my future in this competition.
A solid investment indeed. Well, you are the first to visit the gift shop, so you do get 1 free reroll. But now we do need to take care of 3 rolls on the Wheel of Consequence, so let's have that first roll. On a natural 20, there are no consequences, so you get a freebie here for your first one. Oh, so lucky. Let's have your second roll.
Maybe I should be more positive. Damn.
Hey, your outlook determines your future. 14. -2 charisma.
Yeah, I can take that.
Okay. 5. Deafened.
Yeah, I'll keep that.
Keeping it as well. See, that wasn't too bad, huh? He says telepathically to you as you no longer can hear anything. A little bit of gambling is exciting. No, and you still have your free reroll. Perhaps you should look at the other items, KOHO.
That's true. That is true.
I mean, this...
The Ring of Resistance?
It's available.
I'm going to try for the ring.
The ring. Would you like this permanently or temporarily?
Permanently.
Permanently as well. You see, being the Great Deceiver really helps you with sales. 2. Poisoned. So this is the poisoned condition.
I'll keep that one.
And your second roll. 18. -2 to your DCs. So your spell save would be reduced by 2.
I'll re-roll that one.
-2 charisma.
God, I am not charismatic, and I was not charismatic to begin with, and now it's even worse. Yeah, I will keep that.
We could just say that you're more focused on yourself now.
Exactly. I would love to purchase a bag of dust of sneezing and choking.
Here we go. The chaos begins. No problem. Please just deposit your gold here in this receptacle, and the item is all yours.
Will do.
Anything else for you here at the gift shop, KOHO?
I think that will be me, actually. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome. Anytime. Greetings, Water Talking. Lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you too, Therapghoul.
Your first intermission action. What would you like to do?
I'd like to visit the Archivist, please.
The Archivist. Therapghoul and the Fate's Hand Tavern fade away into shadow, and they're replaced by a massive archway leading into the archives. As you hit the threshold, you can see massive piles of bones on the left and a seemingly endless stream of bookcases and shelves containing tomes and books. You also feel a presence enter into your mind as you see a shadowed humanoid form emerge from the darkness. Can you please either give me a persuasion check, an intimidation check, or an investigation check? A 20. So with a 20, that does unlock tier 2 information. So the way we will do this is you can choose whether it's the creature or the room that you get the tier 2 information for, which would also include the tier 1. And then you could have tier 1 on the other. Oh, no, actually, you know what? It's just pick one and you get tier 1 and tier 2.
I pick one and I get tier 1 and tier 2 of that side?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's go for the monster.
Water Talking. Welcome to my archives. You have caught me at a very good time. What would you like to research here?
I'm very curious about the monster we'll be facing shortly.
Indeed. Wise to conduct research before your encounter this evening. Follow me, please.
Lead the way.
And he kind of floats laterally away from you before turning his back momentarily. As you both are moving in tandem as these tomes are flying by to the side. As he extends his hand and it closes firmly on the spine of a book, everything comes to rest You're disoriented just for a moment as the change from rapid movement to being totally still is a bit jarring. He pulls the book from the shelf and turns towards you as he begins to quickly flip through it with a supernatural ability to know exactly what he's looking for and where. And as the page opens and his eyes begin to scan it, your mind is overwhelmed as the appearance of him, his gray mottled skin and his sunken eyes, white pupils, are replaced by a barrage of images. You see a room lit by dim torchlight. You can see several sarcophagi, and you just get this feeling of emptiness, but yet contentment. As you look down, you see a hand that is completely just skeletal, a skeletal arm, but these ancient robes depicting some sort of nobility, or although there are symbols of arcane in an arcane nature. You feel as though you've been waiting for a very long time for something. And then it switches, and you see creatures in front of you threatening you as your arms raise up after performing gestures of an arcane nature, uttering words of power, as a cloud of poison extends over top of all of these creatures. You get another flash of an icy blast in a cone-like shape emitting from you. Finally, you see yourself pointing at a particularly unnerving and annoying warrior in front of you, wearing plate mail adorned in religious symbology. He just bursts apart into ash. All of this to tell you that you will be fighting a Skull Lord this evening. And with this newfound information, you now have advantage on all of your attacks against the Skull Lord, and it has disadvantage on its attacks against you.
Just out of curiosity, is there any opportunity that particular bonus could be transferred to another of my fellow contestants? Like, I know the things, but the insight regarding all of that, if I was interested in passing that on to another.
I mean, you would have to speak with them and actually deliver the information. If you were to take like the prepare action, you could use magic to send the information to them.
Okay.
Just a couple of other bits of information though that come with your 20 that you rolled.
Yeah.
This creature has 154 hit points. Its armor class...
154, okay.
Yeah. Its armor class is 18. It is resistant to cold, necrotic, and bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. It is immune to poison damage. And for condition immunities, it is immune to the blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, poisoned, stunned, and unconscious conditions, and it also cannot accumulate exhaustion.
And there you go, Water. A formidable foe indeed, but not the most deadly that the Crucible has seen.
I did have one other question.
Sure.
If you're inclined. You're a creature with depth, with remarkable psychic awareness. If one or more of the contestants were deities in disguise, do you think you'd know?
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure.
It's clear to me that the deities have taken an interest in some of our contestants, yourself included, Water. But I am afraid that despite, as you say, my psychic capabilities, there are certain veils that I cannot see through.
Thank you for sharing your insights.
My pleasure. Good luck to you.
And at that moment, you feel your consciousness returned fully to yourself as this psychic visitor begins to depart. Is there something you wanted to add?
I know about the attacks. Do I get advantage on saving throws versus own effects? For instance?
It's just advantage and disadvantage for attack rolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, and this concludes your first intermission action. Greetings, Bloodspark. I must say that I'm encouraged by this change within you.
Me too. I've just been alone all this time, just with my make-believe friends, and now I have a real friend, a real hero. So, I don't know. Maybe together we can do this.
Okay, this is entirely possible, but the other part of this lesson I hope you are learning is that you too can be a hero, a creature of destiny. There's no reason that you need to remain a minion. I mean, unless it's to me, of course. But all that to say that your destiny is in your hands, Bloodspark. Don't leave it in someone else's, no matter how valuable this friendship may be to you.
Sure, I get it. But for now, it's a good relationship. And I'll leave if he isn't the right fit.
I'm not trying to discount or discourage relationships, no matter how short or lasting they may be, but I'm just trying to build a reliance on the self, ultimately.
Oh, you have no idea. You don't think I got here by just making friends with people and glomming on. I survived from... You have no idea.
This is true. Certainly you are resilient, and that goes a long way.
Sure.
So what would you like to do for your first intermission action?
I want to talk to the squid guy, the archivist.
Very well. The Fatesand Tavern and Tharamgul fade away and are replaced by a massive archway. Through the archway, you can see massive piles of bones and endless stacks of bookcases filled with tomes and books. As you hit the threshold of this archway, you feel a presence enter into your consciousness as you also see a humanoid form emerge from the shadows, complete with gray mottled skin, sunken eye sockets, milky white pupils, and long tendrils extending down the bottom of its face. At this time, I need either a persuasion, intimidation, or investigation check, please.
Woohoo!
25.
Greetings to you, Bloodspark. I understand. How can a Brangal be of service to you?
You know, I just gotta tell you, I'm a huge fan. I look at all these books and the knowledge and the years, the centuries of information here, and can I just look? And he starts going for the books and looking at some of the nice tomes and just checking the weight. And he's just so impressed with all of this. He's a scholar and he's fascinated by anything magical. So he looks on with awe, stutters a bit, and said, you know everything. So what can you tell me about what I'm getting myself into?
Please be careful with those. Don't put them out of order. It took me a long time. Is your interest primarily in the creature you will face or the room in which you will compete?
I think I need to know a little more about the room. That's kind of my speciality.
Are you dedicating...
Oh, this would be out of character. Are you dedicating all of your information towards the room to learn everything about it and how it works? For the record, you're not the first to visit the Archivist, so you don't get the advantage and disadvantage.
Yes. So I can get most of the information. I guess I really want to get the whole room. Sure would be nice to know about who's going to be in it, though. So I can do a little of both, but I won't get all of it with the 25, yeah?
So with the 25, that is tier 3 of the information, but if you want tier 3 to go towards the room, you'll learn absolutely everything. Yeah. We could do like a tier 1 to the the way that it was done in previous rounds didn't quite make sense, but we could do tier 1 on the monster as well.
That sounds great. Yeah. Let's do that. 3 for the room, 1 for the monster.
Okay. So the monster is the Skull Lord. And with tier 1, you learn that it has 154 hit points. And just want to double check with my refs. Is it the condition immunities or damage resistances at tier 1? Do either of you guys have that up?
Tier 1 is HP, AC, and condition immunities.
Condition immunities, okay. So I gave HP. AC is 18. Condition immunities. It is immune to blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, poisoned, stunned, and unconscious conditions, and it also cannot be affected by exhaustion. Okay, so in the middle is a table, and on that table are 6 treasure chests. There are 2 doors here on either side of this table. The starting zone is going to be positions along this bottom edge here. The room is made of stone. It's a 30-foot high ceiling. It's 75-foot square. All of it is stone, even though we're just showing wood here. That's more for measurement. The way that this room works is that if someone spends their object interaction to open a chest and then their action to search within the chest, they will begin to get a magic item. The longer they keep their hand in, so subsequent rounds, so if you keep your hand in for 2 rounds, you get a slightly better magic item. If you do it for 3 rounds, we just kind of keep going up through the magic item tables. As long as you keep your hand in for 2 rounds, when you pull your hand out, you pull the item out, and a key will also come out at the same time. But in order to get a key for the doors, you have to have your hand in for at least 2 full rounds.
Okay. Question, does the mage hand count as a hand?
It has to be the contestant to have their hand in.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You could use the mage hand to open the chest, but it has to be the player character to...
And sticking your hand in is just it's an object interaction, or...
It's an action. This is specifically an action. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Once someone pulls their hand out and a key, so meaning once someone pulls their hand out after at least 2 rounds of searching, once that key appears, a tomb tapper will appear and will target only those people who have had their hands in the longest. So if a character still has their hand in when the tomb tapper appears, I'll roll randomly between those characters to see who gets attacked. So if you don't go near the treasure, you're not going to be a target of the tomb tapper. If you pull your hand out after 2 rounds, he'll appear, but he'll go after those that keep their hands in the longest, because he's there to protect the treasure.
Got it.
And there you go, Bloodspark. I hope this has been beneficial to you.
Ah, yeah, that's a really nifty map you got there. What a crazy room. Lots of good stuff in there. This is my favorite, I think. The big question is, do I want to tell anyone else about this, or do I want to keep it to myself? I don't know.
Well, as you and I both know, knowledge is power. If you choose to share this power, that could have unforeseen consequences for you.
Yeah, story of my life.
I wish you the best of luck, Bloodspark.
Thanks. You too. I hope they treat you nice here.
I am, for the most part, left alone, which is what I desire, aside from the occasional curious visitor.
Well, I hope we can become friends someday. Maybe I can help you out. Maybe I can be an assistant, help organize.
That would be delightful, Bloodspark. Perhaps you can help me find the secret to eternal existence.
That sounds neat.
Indeed.
General, excellent to see you once again. How are you doing?
My master, it is a pleasure once more to come and fight in your name. I am doing very well. Very excited.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. I have high hopes for you and high expectations as well here this evening.
I would like to visit the gift shop.
Very well. Gift shop it is.
And hopefully I can bring my little tag along with me.
Oh, you would like to bring Bloodspark along on a shopping trip?
I think he would be quite useful.
Very well. In that case, let me seek him out. Greetings, Bloodspark. You have been summoned on a shopping trip by General BLUDBLUD. If you choose to accept and come along for this little voyage in commerce, you would be, of course, using one of your intermission actions as the gift shop as well. Do you accept?
Whatever Bloodsy says.
Excellent. In that case, what can I get for you? Any interest in our tiered items here today?
All right, definitely. I'm looking at the tiered items. Has anything gone missing yet?
Yes, there are currently 2 items that have been sold. In Tier 2, the Ring of Resistance has been sold. And from Tier 3, the Weapon of Terror has also been sold.
Which is okay, because I didn't intend on having either of them. My aim is Tier 1, the Agate of Defense.
And would you like this permanently or temporarily? And is it
permanently.
for yourself?
For myself.
And Dave, those are stackable 2 agates are stackable?
I'll say to a maximum of 2, since we have more powerful gems that have +2. So I'll say they're stackable to a maximum of 2.
Cool.
A 1. You feel your body begin to get heavier as you are now slowed.
That's fine.
Any other items that the two of you wish to purchase?
I definitely wish to purchase some more. Now, in regards to what I got from looting other people and earning gold, I ended up having 3,595 gold to spend. So I would like to get a Spellwrought tattoo, 3rd level fly, at 800 gold. 4 level 3 remove curses scrolls, at 400 each. A potion of superior healing at 450. And upgrading my adamantine armor. My Skarmour armor to adamantine for a price of 500. 2 extra quivers of arrows. I am transferring 240 gold to Sparky.
Okay.
To Blood Spark.
Yep.
That's my purchase.
Bloodspark, now with your newfound wealth, anything that you would like to purchase?
Yeah. What do you think? Should I go for the stone? Thinking.
Choice is yours, little one. But I can't remove the new curses from you.
I think right now you're currently deafened, correct, Bloodspark?
Yeah, although I have with the bat, I can make it so I can hear through the bat with an action, so technically I can hear with the bat.
But is that echolocation?
No, it has hearing. It can also hear like actual hearing, and it can also bats can see like real things too. So I'm just using his regular ears to hear if that works.
Well, yeah, and I mean you guys are soulbound, so you can speak telepathically anyway.
Yeah. So that's what I figured. Yeah. You could probably read our minds. So so this is all flying back and forth in their heads. The Ion Stone looks so cool.
Very useful. I mean,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take my chances. I'd say permanently.
Then let's have your first roll. A 9, -2 strength.
Oh no. Okay, got it.
$15. Can't dodge or dash as an action.
Okay, but as a bonus action.
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it.
Another -2 strength.
So does that mean -4?
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. So does it take 2 remove curses to get rid of both of them?
It does, yeah.
Wow.
There's been others that have been affected in this way. Any mundane purchases?
For the sake of mundane, I want to get some, a little bit of paper, some parchment, and sham, a nice little musical instrument to play with. And for magic, I'm gonna get a scroll of polymorph.
Very well.
And a scroll magic missile.
Just place your gold here in the receptacle and those are all yours. Any other purchases for either of you gentlemen?
Oh, that's it. I sold a few things, a sword, some tools, and an extra grappling hook. And did want to do one more thing. If I could just try to maybe shoplift out of character.
Sure.
Sparky's going to try to do a sleight of hand And, while you're distracted or I'm going to see if I get lucky. I'm going to try to roll this. I'm going to adjust my proficiency. I don't know how to give my proficiency +1 yet, but...
we'll just add one to it.
Just add one. Okay.
So
I'm going to try my sleight of hand. I want to try to steal a potion of speed.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
So, wish me luck. Huh?
23.
24? Good
24
enough.
total. Okay. Just going to do a little roll of my own here. 17 on the die. Yours was 24 total?
Correct.
All right. You're, as you're talking to Tharamgul, you're also putting some of your attention into your invisible mage hand to grab something off the shelf. As your hand grasps around this vial, for a moment, it could be paranoia, but you think you see Tharamgul's eyes just flick for a second away from what he was doing. He doesn't say anything to you, and you don't get the sense that he has noticed what you're doing, so you can add that potion to your inventory.
Awesome. I'll just make a quick insight check too, just to see if maybe there's anything obvious. Is that good?
Sure.
Just crit
25.
Crit on the insight check. Pretty sweet. Typical waste of the 20. But all right, I'll take it.
And
I'll take the potion.
Just for clarity, this insight check is to see if Tharamgul noticed?
Yes.
25. Okay.
You can tell me privately if you prefer.
Yep, I'll message you right now.
All right.
Any other purchases for either of you?
That's it.
We got everything.
Well done to you. See you shortly. Greetings, Darestrix. It is time for your first intermission action. What would you like to do?
Well, Tharamgul, I think my first stop should be in the gift shop.
Gift shop, no problem. As you say the word gift shop, Tharamgul takes a step back, and as he does and turns towards you, the display cases and shelves of the gift shop appear in front of you. You can see that in the display cases, in Tier 1, the Agate of Defense is gone. In Tier 2, the Ring of Resistance is gone, and both items in Tier 3 are missing.
Okay.
Is there anything here that has caught your eye, Darestrix, or what would you like to purchase?
I'm quite interested in the Amethyst of Enchantment.
Would you like it permanently or temporarily?
Temporarily.
A 19. -4 to your initiative.
Completely fine.
-2 charisma.
Ooh, okay.
All right, then you now have +2 to any of your attack rolls, depending on what item you affix it to, either a weapon or arcane focus, your choice.
Okay, I will put it on my arcane focus.
Anything else for you for purchase? Anything off the shelves here?
I don't believe I'm going to need anything else currently.
All right, then that was quick and easy. This would end your first intermission action.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll see you shortly for your second and then your final. Greetings, Matt. It is time for your second intermission action. What would you like to do?
All right, Tharamgul, I'll make this quick since it seems other people are taking their time. So first up, I want to go a bit of shopping since I've come into some moolah. So yeah, let's go to the shop.
All right, I find it makes me feel better as well. At the mention of the gift shop, you see the display cases emerge from the shadows, and of course the shelves of all other items are available for you to peruse. You can see that most of the items in the display cases are gone. Only the Horn of Blasting remains in Tier 1. Everything else has been purchased.
Damn.
Business has been good here.
Business has been busy, it seems, but that's fine. I've got what I need and what I've taken and all that kind of stuff. So, what I am buying. So the refs have all the list of all the money I have. Essentially, after selling everything, I have 36,087 gold pieces left. So I'm going to buy 4 tattoos of Remove Curse. I'm buying an ever-smoking bottle. I'm buying a breastplate. I'm then upgrading it to +2, and I'm adding adamantine armor to it. I'm buying a shield +2, and then I'm adding an animated shield on top of that. Buying a potion of speed, an iron stone of absorption, 2 potions of supreme healing, a scroll of long stride, a scroll of aid, a tattoo of shield, buying that twice. Buying a tattoo of mirror image, buying dust of disappearance, tattoo of dispel magic, tattoo of fireball, a scroll of protection from poison, a tattoo of spirit shroud, and a tattoo of Nystel's magic aura. And because Veronica wants some friends, I'm getting a figurine of golden lions and a tattoo of false life. And that's my shopping.
Okay, just verification though, with the tattoos, you're still following the table for how much real estate they take up on your body? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm buying them as the needles to start with, and then during the next IA, which I'll do, applying them and using them as we go.
Okay, sounds good. Well, that must feel good there, Matt. A lot of hard-earned luxuries.
Yeah, shopping therapy is always good. I mean, I've got one more question about shopping, and I don't know if you can answer it while we're here, but I was looking at maybe, can I laundry some of my clothes, get some new clothes, get some embroidering going, and maybe buy a new business title while we're at it?
I mean, sure, there are services here for standard costs. I can make those all available to you.
Oh, excellent. Well, then I'd love to get my uniform laundered, and it's looking a little worse for wear, and get a new business start up. I think I'll just talk to, you got an accountant or something, and I'll just do that on the side while we're waiting.
Sure. And you said a title?
Oh, a new business title. Yeah, I'm thinking of changing it from what I've got on my back, which is a little filthy now, to I got a new idea for a business title after Meatball, kind of told me being dishonorable and all that stuff. So I've decided I'm going to rebrand as the Dishonorable Pest Services, and the slogan being "Our honor is in removing your problems." So that's what we're going to do.
Okay, all right. Hey, rebranding, it's a fresh start, right?
Yes.
Anything else that I can provide to you here at the gift shop?
No, that's it.
All right. I'll see you shortly for your prepare action, as you say.
Second?
Yep.
Am I doing 2 actions now?
Yeah, we'll do prepare now.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I guess I'll do my prepare action now. And so as part of that prepare action, Matt will take each tattoo of Remove Curse and apply it. And when he applies it, he activates it and removes one of each of the 4 curses he has from each of the gift shop items. Being, if I just look it up, I think it's in being -2 charisma, -2 con, being hampered, and disadvantage on all dex and strength saves.
Okay. Those are all gone.
And thematically, as each one of those takes, he kind of staggers a bit back, as you can see that these memories kind of flood back into him of a past life, And at the end of it, he's like, "Crikey, that's... Whoa, didn't need to know that. Was in my backstory, but, you know, what's in the past can stay in the past. I don't need to know any of that shit. I like who I am." And then he'll be like, "Right, back on it." And he'll pull out a scroll of Longstrider. He'll apply that. He'll then apply the scroll of protection from poison. He'll then activate his 2 lions.
Just for clarity, protection from poison, does that make you immune to the poison condition, or is it just resistance to poison damage?
Resistance, just resistance.
Okay.
Yep. He will then activate the scroll of aid. So these are all on the ranger spell table, so I don't need to roll anything for this. Giving aid to myself, Veronica, and noting that talk to I forgot to do it then, but can I consider one of the order enough an ally to apply aid to her?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. I'll message or one of the reps message order. Probably that's roll back together at 5. With that will apply a shield onto one of the arms. He'll then walk over to Veronica and have Veronica apply that to a 5-level spell magic, because that's very good to discuss. It only requires a verbal command, and Veronica can speak Draconic. I think I didn't say that I bought these, but they were on the list I sent to Remy. 3 fire breath potions. He will then get the fire breath potions, the lions to drink it, and Veronica to drink the fire breath potions. He will then take the ever-smoking bottle and set the command word to a draconic word obscure, and then we'll strap that ever-smoking bottle around Veronica's, using a bit of his rope around her neck, so it's dangling on her neck there. He will then apply and use the tattoo of mirror image. So this is activating for the thing. So that will be that he will apply and use the tattoo of Nystel's magic aura. And as he does that, he'll be like, "Oh, yes."
What does that one do before you?
All right, so it changes me from being humanoid for any spells which require humanoids. And I'm setting myself as a celestial in the eyes of all spells.
Okay.
So, yes, if there is a spell such as Hold Person, which requires a humanoid, I no longer feel that criteria.
Are Celestials still not humanoids?
No, Celestials are different monster type. Yep.
Okay.
Happy for the refs to chime in if not, but yeah, about that. You'll then apply and use the tattoo of false life, so I need to roll a d4, which grants me temporary hit points 1d4 plus 4.
Okay,
I'll roll that.
Pop that up.
You. Alright, that's 7 temporary hit points. Add now. Matt will drink the potion of speed, so that's active when he's entering the thing. He'll activate his radiant soul, so his wings erupt and his eyes go white.
Okay.
He'll then look around and be like, "Oh, just a quick thing, Theron. You haven't got like a small corridor or a thing where I can just stand for a quick second or two?"
Stand? Of course. Stand wherever you please.
Oh, excellent. So he'll find a 5-foot wide corridor, and he will activate Giant's Might while standing in the corridor. So Giant's Might means that you increase in size to large. However, if you can't because of the size is too small, you just stay at medium size. So I'm doing this to activate Giant's. No, you don't want to allow that?
I think if you want to have the bonuses of it, you'd have to be large. And I think that just implies, like, in the moment, you'd be squeezing, right? Like, does it say you permanently stay medium?
It specifically says that if you activate it when you're in a space which is which isn't big enough for you to become large, you don't grow in size, but you keep everything else.
Okay, for that one, I'm gonna have to say you're large.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right then. I'm still activating Giant Smite. Then I'm now large.
Okay.
I will throw my animated shield in the air, so that is now hovering around me. So I have one arm free. I will then apply and use the tattoo of Spirit Shroud, which is concentration, and it's set to radiant damage, and it's all these little Veronicas flying around me as part of it.
Okay.
And then finally, I take the Dust of Disappearance and I gather the lions and Veronica around me, and I throw the Dust of Disappearance up, and we all turn invisible for 2d4 minutes. So I roll that to you.
And just for clarity on this version of invisible, does it depart when you attack or cast a spell?
Yes, yeah, 100%. If you cast a spell or make an attack roll, it disappears as well. So for 5 minutes, Veronica, myself, and the lions are all invisible.
Okay. Damn.
And that's it. As Matt starts to disappear from view, as he goes, right, ready to take whatever's happening here, see what fun things happen. Oh, one thing I almost forgot. And he pulls out the Vorpal sword, which he picked up from Windwalker. And this time you can see it's now a scimitar. It's smaller, and he goes, I know you didn't get to see beheading anything last time when you put a second one of these in. But I'm hoping you get to see some, lost heads.
I have faith in you, Matt. You seem like you're well prepared and motivated.
Well, we shall see. We shall see. You never know how things go. But time to get on with the show.
Let's do it.
And with that, Matt is done.
Okay. And that concludes your prepare intermission action. And greetings, KOHO. It's time for your second intermission action. What would you like to do?
Oh, I would love to go to the Archivist, please.
Very well. The Fate's Hand Tavern fades away, and you find yourself in front of a massive archway. You feel a presence enter into your mind as a humanoid figure emerges from the shadows. If you could give me a persuasion, investigation, or intimidation check, please. 8. So, out of character, for clarity, you need to at least reach a 15 to get access to Tier 1 information. So are there any changes you would like to make to this roll?
No, I don't want to use Fate's Spirit for this. It's okay.
Okay. The shadow emerging from beyond the bookshelves seems to stop at your approach and quickly disappear. And within your mind, you hear the voice of a Rangal.
KOHO, I have just remembered something vital I must attend to. I do not have time to talk right now. Perhaps if you come back later, I can assist you. But I don't want you to leave empty-headed. So you must prepare to face a powerful undead, as you will be competing in a room that contains a Skull Lord.
Thank you for what you could give me. Please attend to your duties.
Thank you, and good luck to you, KOHO.
And with that abrupt end ends your second intermission action. What would you like to do for your third?
For my third, I would like to... I'm allowed to cast as many spells that wouldn't dissolve in an hour, right?
Actually, we changed it. So your spells can have a cumulative casting time of, was it 6 or 8 hours? I think it's 6. 6 hours.
Six.
Okay. Well, I would like to. Oh, because just my fear from last time, do the ritual for water breathing.
Okay.
I would like to have summoned my wildfire spirit, wildfire companion.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to lesser restoration, the poison condition from myself.
Yep.
Cast invisibility on the spirit, and then shillelagh on my new quarterstaff.
Okay, invisibility on the spirit?
Yeah.
Okay, and shillelagh on your new staff. With shillelagh, it can be any weapon, is that true? If it's a magic weapon, you can still cast shillelagh on it?
It needs to be a club, the wood of a club or quarterstaff.
Okay.
So that's why I asked for the quarterstaff of terror.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. I trust you are well prepared for the games ahead.
As best as I can be.
That's all any of us can do. Take comfort in that, KOHO.
Till we meet again.
Excellent. Hey, perhaps if we have to do another round of this, you can be my co-host. Huh? No?
I love that.
Sorry. It works.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you soon. Sorry, that was terrible, but... Greetings, Water. It is time for your second intermission action. I see you've almost taken a miniature prepare action yourself. You've done your makeup.
I'd like to go to the store, please.
Sure. The shelves of the gift shop and the display cases of the tiered items appear before you as Tharamgul takes a step back so as not to obscure your vision. You can see from the tiered items, all of them have been sold except for in Tier 1, the Horn of Blasting remains.
Wow. Very popular today. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, then I'll just buy a potion of greater healing. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Well, so easy. For your third intermission action.
I guess I'll take the prepare action.
And how would you like to prepare Water Talking?
I'm going to drink a potion of heroism right before we're going to jump in.
Okay, so that will last you through round 9?
Mm-hmm.
Short and sweet. Best of luck, Water Talking. I think this is going to be very exciting, and I'm sure you will have something to do with that. All right. We'll see you shortly. Greetings, General. It is time for your second and then your third intermission action. I have just spoken with Bloodspark, and he said you were going to prepare together. So
we are.
Excellent, excellent. Then my question to you is, do you want to prepare with Bloodspark as your second, or do you have something to do first?
I would like to do a parlay first.
And with whom would you like to parlay?
I'd like to party with the half-orc. Water Talking.
Greetings, Water Talking. You have been summoned to a parley by General BLUDBLUD. Do you accept his invitation or refuse it?
Accept.
Very well, in that case, General, you have 3 minutes and it begins now.
Water Talking. I've always wondered what the sound of water talking would be like. Is it a drip? Is it a trickle, or is it a roar? I'm looking forward to finding out.
Depends on the day, I suppose.
Me and Bloodspark have had a bit of a chat, and if we were to bend the knee to anyone as general, I think you would be a good choice. So we'd love to put our efforts behind keeping you alive a little bit longer. Would like to just create an alliance for this game, because I don't think we can do soul binds anymore at this stage of the game, and we'd like to work together with you for this game.
Yeah, there's enough going on in my soul right now. I don't think I could handle any other entities being involved. But as far as focusing on the monster at the beginning, then yeah, for sure. I'm all about teamwork for that. Beyond that, obviously, I want to survive. So if fates align, then I'm going to be with you to take things out.
Have you made any alliances with anyone else at all?
I mean, the others have spoken to me. I won't lie about that. They seem to think that you should be the dead one. So I'm torn.
Okay.
But I'll say this. If fate favors you, then so will I.
Well, I have already made my choice. I'm not going to be attacking you as an option. And I'm wondering if you would like to have the benefits of any buffs that we cast.
I would love to have the benefits of buff. I'm currently under the effect of bless. Currently.
Sure. That's fine. I will pass that on to Sparky for when we do our buffs.
Great. Thank you so much. The act of sharing your buffs certainly puts a whole bunch of checks in your favor.
No matter what you do, unless you actually attack us, you are not on our radar.
You are not on my radar until something makes it otherwise.
Best of luck, Water Talking. I hope you do well, and I hope the destinies align for you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Then I trust this concludes this parley, General?
It does.
Very well. We will see you soon, Water Talking. What is this word, radar, you're using? I'm not familiar with this. It's not a Jacalian word.
Yeah. I call it my jargon. It's a meaningless word.
Orcish, perhaps? You two both seem to recognize it.
Exactly.
Very well. So time for you and Bloodspark to do some preparations. Excuse me.
Most certainly.
All right. Okay, gentlemen. Time for you to prepare. You've got 6 hours worth of time. Please do prepare.
Well, I think a good way to start this would be to remove some of these abyss-cursed curses. So I'll hand Sparky one of the scrolls to start off with.
I got you covered. Dr. Bloodspark is gonna fix you right up. Now, what seems to be the problem?
All right, here's a remove curse scroll. If you can remove a curse from me, please.
Looking you over. Yeah, you look a little weak. You don't look like you're so good. Let me take care of that. He starts reading the scroll, and he says, "Getting stronger." And then the weakness is removed as he pushes that through.
All right, I'll pass you another one for dexterity.
And then he starts to pull out that one, and he goes, "Faster than lightning." And then fixes you up there, and you'll start to feel your body moving.
And then passes over two more, one for being slowed, one for half movement.
All right. He just goes into a little jam with the scrolls, and he says, "Gotta move it, gotta keep moving, yeah, move." And you'll start to see yourself get jumpy and speed up a little bit.
Wonderful. So I gather that means all curses removed then.
Okay.
And then I would like to activate a scroll tattoo of fly. I gain a flying speed of 60 for the duration, and it lasts for 10 minutes.
Yep, got it.
And I think that's pretty well me done. Now, Sparky.
All right. Yes, I have quite a few things.
Actually, I've got one more thing. So sorry, I do apologise.
Okay.
I need to make a roll for recharges on my lightning wand.
5.
I'll get 5 charges. Nice. Very nice.
Bloodspark.
All right, I have quite a long list, so I'll try to run through it quick. I did share my general plan with Remy. So you're welcome to stay for this. It's going to take about an hour. So Sparky begins by his head grows a little bit, his ears perk up, and he has comprehend language on now, which isn't super useful as long as he can't hear, but that might change. He casts Detect Magic, which is a concentration spell. These are all rituals. It really is just using that to sort of get a sense of the magic around him. For now, there's an unseen servant. I'm going to cast that 4 times, and each servant is going to have a different item. One will be holding a lantern. The other will be holding a backpack. Another one will be holding a sham and playing it. And another one will be holding a notebook in the air and writing on it to give me closed captioning on what's happening in the place as best he can. And all of those he sort of performs each one himself and then moves away. And then he begins by playing the sham and he starts going dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. And then he walks away and it keeps playing by itself. And then for each one, he holds a lantern, and then they're basically sort of ephemeral kind of versions of himself. Then I'd like to cast Minor Illusion to appear when we get there of a wicker basket. And he will have blade singing, mirror image.
Just hold on. Let's just go back to the basket. What's the purpose of that one? Just to have it sitting on the ground?
Large enough for him to fit in. He's not going to hide in it, but I do have kind of a gimmick for it, but
okay.
It's an illusion. It's not real. It's just it won't be in his square. He'll be in his own square.
Is the illusion able to move? We have ruled previously against being able to cast illusions from prep into the room. Sorry, I didn't catch this earlier. Because you can't physically, you don't have the, like...
You're not there.
I'm guessing it's not within range.
Okay, that's fine. I did that last round, but if that's fine. So no wicker basket, that's all right. Then he'll have blade singing, mirror image, mage hand, and then he'll have blade ward, which he can cast before he enters, so that it'll be in effect for the first round, right? I think I did that last time.
Yeah.
And then...
But just wait, did you say don't worry about Detect Magic?
I was going to do... Wait, what did I say don't worry about?
I thought it was Detect Magic.
I was going to do... because I was thinking I could do Detect Magic until I get in the room and then have Protection from Evil trigger, but I think the concentrations don't work. So I just wanted Detect Magic in the tavern so I could look and see what everyone's got, and then I wanted to go away and be replaced by Protection from Evil when we get in the room. I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. The only reason for the Detect Magic is just so I can take assessment of the other players. That's the goal. All right. So then, and then there needs to be an action to actually do that detection within a 30-foot radius. So that would be when I am in the tavern, I guess. And then turning on the senses so I can see and hear through Blood Lump. I guess that's an action that triggers when I get there, just so I can use his senses.
Well, you'd bring him out before being in front of the portal.
Right. And then it would stick for a round. And then on the last 2 more things, I'm going to drink that potion of speed.
Okay.
And the last thing on my list is to, I'm going to do a message spell to 3 players. So I wrote those messages. I can send them to whoever wants it.
Okay. Yeah, send them to me in Discord. And
Discord, okay.
Yeah, I'm well, sorry. Send them to the players directly when you can, but send them to me in Discord so that I can try to put them on the video.
Okay, and then the last thing is I have a Dust of Disappearance, which I will toss in the air and invisibilize.
Water Talking was happy to accept that as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it can affect Water Talking as well, but if we can, I'd like to include Water Talking in the area effect. It's a 10-foot.
So if you do it in front of everyone, I'd say you could include her in it. But if you're doing it now, it would just be the 2 of you.
I'll do it in front of everyone. As long as I can have it trigger in front of everyone, that's fine.
Okay. And that includes, so that's the general, yourself, and Water?
Yeah, and my familiar, and I think technically objects as well. Yeah, so all of the objects, the backpack, the sham, the notebook, they all... actually, the notebook, I'll have the notebook out of range because I still want to be able to read it. But everything else would turn invisible as well, weirdly.
Okay. I don't have any more invisibility things, but I'll find something to mark beside them.
And
okay, so
that's it.
The servants are gonna have these tags on them. Are gonna have these tags on them. So like, one's got number 2, number 3, number 4. So that's how these will be differentiated.
Okay.
And the black gems will be your invisible or unseen servants.
Okay.
So number 1 is the lantern, 2 is the backpack, 3 is the sham, and 4 is the notebook.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna, because I'm out of invisibility rings, I'm gonna put white gems beside your mage hand, you, and your familiar, is this wolf mini.
Okay, that's fine. And just for fun, I'll take out my familiar, and I haven't really brought him out, but I want to make sure that people can, he takes him out just to make sure he's in the range. And you see out of his little shirt comes this little sort of creature that looks kind of like a dog and kind of like a bat. It looks a lot like Lump. And sort of flows around and he smiles and then they disappear.
And what form is he?
He's a bat.
Okay.
But he sort of looks like a dog, a little demon dog.
A lumpy bat.
A bat-flavored letter dog.
He's the essence of Lump.
Is that all the preparations for the 2 of you?
Ooh, I think that's enough, huh?
Okay.
Do we need to discuss, Sparky, how you intend to use Unseen Servant to use a notebook?
Yeah, the idea is that it's writing for me so that I can hear what's going on. It's basically my secretary who's taking notes. The goal is, since he can't hear, it's a way for him to at least get some information. That's really all it's for now.
But if you, so you have to give a bonus action to command them, right?
Yeah, unless they're already doing something. So if I command it now to say, hey, just follow me around and take notes, right? That's the action that's what it does. It just does the one thing. If I want to change that to something else, then it would be a bonus action. So if I want to say, hey, drop the book and go pick this up. But in the meantime, it'll just kind of keep doing what it does.
If you command it to take notes and then it does for a round, hasn't it successfully accomplished its task then?
No, because it's keep taking notes. Basically, be my my translator. So it's not done until it's over. That's my interpretation. But
Okay.
yeah.
And it's staying visible.
So it'll be
The book
invisible. One of them it won't be invisible because otherwise I wouldn't be able to read it.
Of course.
And then the Sham would continue playing music loudly.
Okay.
But the unseen servant takes his actions after you. So you go first. He doesn't have anything written down. Then he writes stuff down. Then when comes your time again, the information that occurred that he wrote down in between his turn and your turn's not going to be there because he writes down all that stuff during his go.
But he's next to me. He's holding it up for me to see next to me. So I would go, it would write, and then I'd see it after my turn. Right? Is that what you're saying?
For your next turn, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
After my turn, I would.
is it going to take an action or something to read a notebook? I mean,
It just keeps writing. It's just that's what it does. It's like if you had a butler who's you told it to clean, it would just keep cleaning.
yeah, but it's like you're reading a book too.
Kinda. I'm
Yeah.
just
When
looking.
are you going to do that? Are you going to do that on your turn? You can't really do it outside of your turn.
Passive perception, I think. Just looking at it as it's held up to me.
Well, reading is active, right? Passive is just like noticing things that happen around you that grab your attention, but reading would be, you'd have to focus on it, right?
If it's
And
like 1 second.
you have 6 seconds, so if you're reading something, depending
What if
on
it's
what he's
just like-
writing,
Okay, maybe I'm pushing it here. I was just thinking it would be a useful way to get around the deafness.
it's clever. It just, in this environment, I just don't know how useful it will be to you, because I think to read it, it would require your attention, right? Like your action.
All right. Well, for now, let's assume that you're right here, and it'll just take notes. It might be useful later.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So that's it for prep?
That's it.
Okay, cool. See you guys in a minute. There's just one more player. Greetings, Daristrix. It is time for your second and then your third intermission action. What would you like to do for your second?
For my second intermission action, I would like to parlay with Matt.
Greetings, Matt. You have been summoned to a parley circle by Daristrix Chrysalis. And do you accept the invitation or refuse it?
Oh, of course I'll accept it. I love a good chat with anyone who'll listen. Sometimes, we get a little too talkative.
Very well. In that case, Daristrix, you have 3 minutes and it begins now.
Fantastic. Well, unfortunately, we're here. Just want to say I appreciate the work you do. I'm kind of in the pest removal service myself, but
Oh, really? Awesome.
little different. So the reason I wanted to speak with you, partially your little friend you have there.
He looks at pretty good. Yeah.
And,
One day I hope she'll grow up, but she's staying small.
And that intrigued me. And so I was curious if you'd be willing to have a temporary alliance for the upcoming fights. Not necessarily, I'm a little low on fate spheres, so I wouldn't want to use one of those. But at least until there are no other options on the table.
Yeah, for sure. I'm all for that. Like, you probably saw my last fight. Like, I am down for not attacking anyone until someone breaks their bond or makes me have to attack them. I'm down for that. I'm a little concerned about BLUDBLUD and Sparky. They seem like a murderous duo, and that's an interesting thing. But yeah, I'm happy to not attack you for the whole time if it ends up being just the two of us left.
Perfect. And if you watched my last episode, I did not attack anybody the entire time.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sometimes that's all you've got as an option, is just to, try and survive.
It wasn't necessarily the plan, but here we are, and live to see another day, I suppose, which is, I guess, the plan today too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm very happy. I've got it looked like someone had completely cleaned out the gift shop, so I'm afraid about that terror thing. But I think if we can,
I will tell you, I did take the Amethyst of Enchantment.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, that's. I think if we can be on guard against Sparky or whatever he's calling him in BLUDBLUD, I think we can go pretty far against that, and see how we go with there.
Fantastic. If you don't see me at the beginning, don't be alarmed. I'm there. You just, like I said, won't be.
Hey, same. I'm doing the same thing. Turning invisible.
Perfect.
Yeah. Sparky likes to hide in his barrel. I like to just be present, but not seen.
Yep. Yes. Seen but not acknowledged, or not seen but acknowledged.
Yeah.
That made no sense, but you know what?
Yeah. Well, happy to be in this. I guess you could call it tentative alliance until things can either go too south or we both get out.
That's your 3 minutes, gentlemen, and thus ends this parley and this intermission action. All right, and for your final intermission action,
I would like to spell prep.
Okay, so the prepare action. What would you like to prepare?
I would like to prepare greater invisibility.
Anything else?
I believe that is it.
And that's concentration?
Correct. All right, and then do you want me to roll the d20 right now for wild magic?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay.
So not a 1, didn't trigger anything?
So we're gonna roll wild magic after every spell slot, first level and above?
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, wherever it says the DM can get you to roll on the table, it's will, just for fun. All right, as you all emerge from your intermission actions, you can see that many of you are no longer visible. In fact, there are not many of you present, although Tharamgul still does seem to be looking directly at each and every one of you in turn as you emerge. So he looks at the group. You have all taken great pains to prepare for this upcoming battle, and certainly it will be an interesting one. I trust that your plans will be executed with the precision you anticipated. But it's time now to move into our game zone.